If you're looking at my face, yes, I am just waking up. Because I've been asleep for about 7 to 8 hours. Maybe 9 hours. But the grind don't stop. This is Monday Night Raw's review. The go-home show for SummerSlam. The week has begun for SummerSlam. And Raw... Wow. Where do I start? Starts with Randy Orton cutting the promo, saying why did he RKO Riddle. He says he don't need no friends, he don't need anyone, wouldn't be an AJ with or without him. He's a 14-time champion, world champion by himself, and don't own anyone anything. Raw is still his territory, and Omos is not to be taken lightly, and he's a force of nature, and he's also a jackass. And then he's going to hit him with the RK, and then the bro hits, which was great timing for Matt Riddle's theme song to hit, which was incredible, not gonna lie. And then they said Randy's right, and then Riddle interrupts Randy saying that he was right, he shouldn't have got involved, but then he knows why. He knows why. It was a teaching lesson. How to hit the RKO correctly. That's how it was. That's what it was. And then he learned his lesson and he wants another chance. And then AJ Omos interrupted saying, RK bro, how about RK no? No one cares where Randy hit the RKO on Riddle. He said RKO. Talk about Randy get RKO himself. And then last week was nothing and that Randy cheated. And no one will save him from Omos. He's sick and tired of Riddle saying bro. And AJ wants to break his jaw, and then Matt accepts his challenge with and then says Randy will be in his corner, which Randy was so upset about. Like, you just saw the disappointment on his face. He just put his head down and was like, oh no, I don't want to deal with this shit again. Not again. This dude ever shut the fuck up. It was so great. It was so great. I swear this story has been too good. It's been too good of a story that's worked so well with the personalities of play. Some will say, and I will agree, this was a weaker of the interactions, but it was still great, and I enjoyed this a lot because of the meshes of how Randy and Riddle interacted, along with how AJ and Omos played their part. It was great. Then we got AJ Styles versus Riddle, with Randy leaving Riddle at ringside. Riddle in the ring by himself, with Randy going to the back, which was actually not bad. It was actually foreseeable. It was actually good storytelling, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, this was a competitive match back and forth with a good pace. These two over the months have had good matches, but definitely more important was the storytelling in this match. When Randy was in Matt's corner, there was confidence, and then it was locked in. But without him, he lost some concentration and a lack of focus. There was a nice counter of the Broton to the calf crusher, which was so good. And then there was the grabbing Matt from the top rope and then hitting the Styles Clash for the finish. That was awesome, I'm not going to lie. Really good match with very nice, inventive endings with very good spots in between. And then we had a recap of Rhea Ripley versus Nikki Cross, with Nikki Cross cutting the promo, thinking about Charlotte, Rhea, and SummerSlam, but she remembers to look at herself in the outfit and then almost a superhero spiel again. And then she has confidence to retain her title at SummerSlam. Keldon Johnson was in attendance, nice. And then we got a recap of Riddle versus AJ before Nikki versus Rhea. Riddle then cut a promo saying when Randy was gone, he never gave up on RK Bro, and when he left Riddle alone, he's just sad. Which was... wow. And then we got Rhea versus Nikki Cross with a wild Charlotte Flair has appeared at ringside. It was sort of back and forth for some reason when Charlotte easily dominated, but of course a clean loss yet again on the way to SummerSlam. It's time for Nikki to drop the title, honestly. And then Charlotte attacked both Rhea and Nikki post-match, but Nikki and Rhea both got their revenge. They actually stood tall in the end, which led to a later segment in the show with Charlotte actually actually getting a tag team match against Nikki and Rhea. So Nikki and Rhea competed twice on the show. Great. Jinder Mahal got a promo backstage about offering Veer and Shanky the opportunity of a lifetime, and then tonight is the last opportunity to take his sword away, and at SummerSlam he will fall. Great stuff. MVP got a promo backstage of what to expect in the face-to-face, and then it was disrespectful to insult MVP, but to Lashley for the spear. Simple as that. 2-on-1 handicap match. Yeah, Drew dominated. Easy win. For me, Jinder versus Drew is actually a very anticipated match on my side. I actually like Jinder Mahal a lot. He's a great character, and he's someone that's grinded his way to the very top to become who he is. Even though people say he's not great, I think he's great. I think he's got a great character. I believe he deserves another shot, at least being WWE champion. At least a shot at the title, not being champion. At least a shot at the title. I really am expecting this match to at least shock a lot of people. And then the fans pick San Antonio. The fans in San Antonio to pick Drew to win, of course. The two GMs, like I said, the GMs had a backstage. To where Charlotte had two options. Tag team match or just wait until 5 days. Elias is dead. Still can't believe that happened. Why is Elias dead? Why? And then we got Moist TV, the most moist talk show in WWE history. And it was a moist miracle. And then Moist TV actually got a chant. Actually, I'm not going to lie. This was actually really good. And then when The Miz came out, obviously Morrison asked him what's his favorite movie. The Miz said all of his Marines. And then why he pretended to have an injury. And then The Miz went on to actually say the following. He never lied to Morrison, never used Morrison. Did he ever fake an injury? Oh. And then Damian Priest came out and said, we all know Miz is lying. Moist see is better than must see. And asked The Miz the important question, which Miz led to saying he should go back to No Man's Land and prepare for WrestleMania. And then The Miz cut a passionate promo on never being injured and being a Grand Slam champion. The Miz has been cleared for 2 weeks. Miz, I think that was a cue to not say that out loud because, you screwed yourself up. Because when Morrison had something to say, oh dear, he was pissed. And said, Miz started to change the narrative, saying Damian Priest was trying to make it about them, but it's not about them, it's about Priest. And then we got The Miz versus Damian Priest. Again. Oh, and The Miz got pushed into a kiddie pool, which was hilarious. It has some... This actually was pretty good. Moist TV was actually really not bad. It has some drama and comedy all together in run, and I absolutely loved it. And the segment, it was a nice segment to tease Miz and Morrison splitting and Damian Priest actually being the catalyst. It was not bad, honestly. Then we got The Miz versus Damian Priest. Miz was complaining about playing in San Antonio. A wild Sheamus has appeared at ringside. I got something in my eye. Damn it. And then there was an angle, more of a match. But Damian Priest also beating The Miz. And then Morrison actually walking away from ringside. With the build to SummerSlam. And then Miz and Morrison possibly spending. This was not bad. I liked it. I really did like it. And then Sheamus cut a promo after the match because Damian Priest used the bro kick. Probably more better than Sheamus, if we're being honest. And saying that it was a disrespectful scumbag in the last moment in the spotlight because the title's not anyone but his, and then Priest won't have a head when Sheamus kicks it off. Eva Marie and Doudrop backstage, saying Eva Marie wants Doudrop to go to the playground and take Lily. Oh dear. John Morrison and The Miz were backstage. Miz couldn't have got hurt, but The Miz doesn't know what the true meaning of hurt really is because Morrison was hurt about Miz actually being cleared for 2 weeks. And there was one person who's always supposed to have his back. Meanwhile, a wild New Day spotting backstage. Buy their t-shirt. And it's Morrison and Miz put water under the bridge. And then there's a huge idea for SummerSlam. So they're probably going to do something on the show. Then we got Alexa Bliss's Playground. Wait, she's doing her best. I will say this. She's doing her best with the character, but it just sucks that Bray's gone. And I couldn't really get that closure of Bray versus Bliss. It could have been something that could have happened with these two. It just ain't the same, but Alexa is still really good. She's still good. And it said that SummerSlam is going to be the end of the Evolution. And then Doudrop shows up, takes Lily, but gives it back to Alexa because she went into a trance of some sort. Oh dear. We got Mace versus Mansoor. Mace lost to Mansoor via Ali interference. Simple as that. AJ and Omos got a promo backstage. Omos, how he plan on defeating Orton. Tonight Omos will kill the legend of Randy Orton. And then AJ called himself the Moron Killer. And he's going to celebrate the death of RK Bro. And we got Randy Orton versus Omos. More of a match than an angle. Or more of an angle than a match, I should say. With a DQ finish. Randy got a little beat down. And then Riddle came to make the save to a nice pop. And there was respect. Randy cut a promo afterwards saying respect is not something you get for free. It's something you earn. And after all Randy has done to him, Matt's earned Randy's respect. And then RK Bro was back with a huge hug and a nice pop from the crowd. It was actually very good to see. It was very nice to see. And at SummerSlam, no challenge for the Raw tag titles. Fair enough. We got a recap of Karrion Kross and Jeff Hardy, with Jeff Hardy cutting a promo saying backstage he was angry and that he fell in prey and it was a big mistake for Karrion Kross. He lived off danger his entire life and then he was attacked by Kross backstage. And of course, Jeff got squashed by Kross. It was a perfect sell job by Jeff for selling that attack backstage, and it was exactly what Karrion Kross needed to get his momentum back on the main roster. A lot of people felt like this was the end of him. No, it wasn't. You just need to be patient. Just be patient and everything will take course on its own. For sure. Don't mind Jeff losing one bit. It's a nice little feud. It's been fun to watch so far. Eva Marie slapped Doudrop across the face twice. Ouch. Reginald was in the park. And then R-Truth and Akira Tozawa failed to get the title. Which was funny because these guys were in a bush and trash can costume. And Reginald just was jumping all over the place. It was great to see. And those people in the back, those were actually pretty funny. And Elias was really dead? Like, it was a gravesite. Why? Nia Jax turned out to be Charlotte Flair's partner. A wild Shayna Baszler has appeared backstage watching the match. Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax won easily. AJ Styles got a promo saying they've beaten every team that stepped up and no one's left. And in 5 days, Randy Orton will despise Riddle within that time period. And then we got the face-to-face between Goldberg and Bobby Lashley. Typically, I kind of like this segment. Not gonna lie. It was a nice segment. Saying he wanted to address something important. Goldberg came out first saying he wanted to address something important. Fatherhood and his son was mentioned. And then he wanted to beat them at their own game. And then Gage was here. Damn, this dude is grown. That dude is grown. And that Gage is the reason that he came out of retirement. And the videos of what he was ain't gonna cut it, and he needs him up front and center to see who Goldberg the father is. And then Lashley came out and said that there was a lot of talking from Goldberg, but really there's been a lot of talking from his side, not a lot of talking from Goldberg. He's actually had the substance. Meanwhile, MVP and Lashley just sat back and talked, and the MVP can't help but feel he's overcompensated for something Goldberg has. That he's outmatched and he locked eyes with Bobby. It was going to be different. A man who's more dangerous, explosive, ferocious, and dominant than him. And then Lashley said, the house always wins. He'll leave him with just enough to tell his family his career was ended by the almighty champion, which Goldberg said, bullshit, and then spear. Just don't let Goldberg win at SummerSlam, please. Please don't. Then, I honestly thought that this was a really nice go-home episode of Raw, primarily due to RK Bro and even teases at the Miz and Morrison splitting, with comedy and advancements in storytelling infused into SummerSlam. I progressively liked Raw's flow during the night. The promos were great, while the in-ring action was back and forth between good and mid. Nothing was honestly bad. It really wasn't. Nothing was really honestly bad. I actually really liked the show in particular. And overall, this show actually succeeded in a lot of things that I normally would never succeed in 3 hours. It actually entertained me when I came back home and watched it on DVR. But, so I have a new ranking system for Raw. 1 star is change the channel, too long, didn't watch. 2 stars is, and now it's rotting. Gross. 3 stars is, okay, not too much, but close enough. 4 stars is, wait, is this a miracle? And 5 stars is, they went Raw, finally. So I gave this, as much as I really wanted to give this 5, I gave it 4. It was a good show. Excuse me. It was a good show. From start to finish, this was actually a really good show that I enjoyed a lot. And SummerSlam on the Raw side, while it's weaker than what SmackDown is presenting, it's still really a decent card on their side. But that's just me. Let me know what you thought about Monday Night Raw in the comments. Thank you for 100 subs. Again, I did post a video earlier of a 100 sub message just saying thank you. We still got more work to do. There's still a long grind process, and the week is just starting. I got Dynamite on Thursday, and I also got SummerSlam predictions. I got Glory by Honor, the predictions. I got SummerSlam predictions. I got SmackDown, Rampage, SummerSlam, TakeOver. 8 videos. I got content galore dropping all this week. For sure. Tune into the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. I'll be posting videos like freaking crazy. And it doesn't matter what my work schedule is. I don't care. I'm going to work this out. I'm going to get the videos out. I'm going to keep grinding because we got more work to do. Thank you all so much for watching the videos. Stay safe. Follow all safety protocols. Wear your mask. Get vaccinated. And I got a video dropping on Thursday. The AEW review. Because I'm not doing NXT no more. As of 2 weeks ago. So, thank you all so much. I love you all. And the blessings of God. And everything in between. This has been the life that I've chosen to do. And I'm going to keep going as long as I possibly can. Stay safe. Peace.